Hello. What is up, everybody? Coming to you live after exciting, but not really exciting Eagles win. I will say they didn't exactly look great, but they won. That's all that matters. I will also say the bets that that we had, not a good day. Not a good day. I will do a quick share my screen. Give me one sec. What am I doing? Pulling up. There we go. Just logging into all the sports books. All right, there we go. So my 4 sharp bets, Jags minus 6.5, lost. Lions money line, lost. Panthers first half, push because of a stupid pick 6 because Baker Mayfield stinks. Zach Ertz, at least that one hit. Of course, it was heavily juiced to minus 140. So not ideal there. Bringing my total record. Whoops, I did that. To 8, 7, and 1. And my total profit being, let's see. I know we're supposed to do last minute bets, but real quick. Up about a unit after these 4 bets. And then, hey, at least you're up. At least you are up. I'm not sure. I haven't done like an analysis of how down I am, but I know it's bad. My sweat, the bets, 0-3. I probably shouldn't have doubled up with the Jaguars and the Lions, but I did. Rough sledding. Anyways. So let's talk some last minute Sunday Night Football betting. Looks like there are only 2 bets available, both backing Lamar Jackson rushing props, which I do like. I wonder if they have, since he's a quarterback. They do. Okay, so his rushing attempts, 9, 11, 11. Make a wish, 11, 11, make a wish. And we need him to go over 9.5, minus 115 on PointsBet. Let's see if PointsBet even lets us take that, because PointsBet is weird. Let's see. I mean, I think that one's worth it because, let's look into the play. Sorry, I'm a little too scatterbrained. So the play here is Lamar Jackson over 9.5 rushing attempts, minus 115 on PointsBet. Let me zoom in a little bit more. So the first thing I want to do, I like it from a handicapping perspective just right off the bat, but the first thing you want to do before you decide whether you should place a bet or not, and this kind of highlights the importance of positive expected value betting, that, and also the importance of line shopping, is if you click into a play, it pulls up where every book prices it. So let's see here. Excuse me. PointsBet has it at minus 115 each way, basically saying it's a 50-50 bet. BetMGM favoring the over, minus 130, over under at plus 100. Betfred, same thing, minus 120, under at minus 110. FanDuel, Caesars, DraftKings, every book except for PointsBet favors the outcome. PointsBet has it at minus 115. BetOnline essentially minus 150. DraftKings minus 145. Let's open this up in a new tab and see. So the other book that prices it, this is actually never mind. Just kidding. Underdog has it at 10, so a half attempt higher, which is actually really important for numbers this low, is taking advantage of examples where there's something is a little bit mispriced here. So again, showing you the value, the importance of line shopping. So I will take this one if it's still available. PointsBet is, put it bluntly, the worst. But let's see if Lamar Jackson, let's see if that prop is still there. Where is we want his rushing attempts over. Yeah, there it is. So I'm going to put a unit on this one. So for a unit for me is $100. So for those of you at home, unit sizing this one, whatever 1 unit is for you, which is just 1% of your bankroll, is what you should put on this one. Although we'll see if they let me take it. That was weird. So it got declined and then it got accepted. Doesn't matter. They accepted it. So this is the first bet that I've taken for Sunday Night Football tonight. The next one is another Lamar Jackson rushing prop one. In this case, it's basically 60 plus. plus 108 on FanDuel. So let's look into this one. Plus 108. I mean, that's really good. Like, you're getting this for plus money, and every book has it as the either 50-50 or the more likely scenario, except for DraftKings, which has it at minus 105, but you can get it at plus 108 on FanDuel. I still think that's really good. So I'm going to take this one to confirm. I'm going to put another unit on it. The bet is Lamar Jackson over 59.5 rushing yards. So when you actually go into FanDuel, of course, they're having this glitch. Of course. Normally when this glitch happens, now it seems like it's working. When that glitch happens, I just do it on my phone. But since I want you guys to actually see me lock it in, let's see if stupid, like I've talked about this on all these live streams. It's just so annoying. Someone did say that if you have this issue, Mozilla, it seems to be better with FanDuel. In my head, FanDuel should fix it. I would like to spend money on your product. Just let me. I'm not asking for a lot. Let me spend my money using your product. I want to give you money. Please accept it. Same thing here. It's having this glitch. Really, all you have to do is just keep refreshing. Eventually, it fixes itself, which is just gets really annoying when you're in the middle of this and the line changes or they take it off or something. Come on. I know this is very fun for people to watch. FanDuel just glitch out. Let's try this again. Lamar Jackson, 60+ rushing yards. Yeah, checking odds. No, I know what you're doing. You're just not working. All right, I can check out some comments here. Down $3. So you have Lamar Jackson passing touchdowns over 1.5. I do like that one. Dakota Dolphin, if you can lock in these two Lamar Jackson ones that I'm locking in. There we go. Finally, these rushing ones, I do think these are both really good, both for a unit. If this Lamar Jackson one hits and the other one doesn't, well, excuse me. We'll at least have made money, made $8. Although if the opposite happens and this one hits and the other one doesn't, then wow, the odds changed and went to minus 105. Did I lock in the wrong bet? Of course it does. Let's see. Oh, I got it at minus 105. That's what changed. Well, thank you, PointsBet. That was nice. They literally gave me a better number. So let me add this one to my bet tracker. That is everything on the plus EV page. Yeah, wow. Now I actually got it. So I need to change this to minus 105. No, I need to change this one to minus 105. Wow, that was normally I complain about PointsBet. That one actually worked out. Let's see. So yeah, I have some. I mean, a lot of these haven't settled yet. Or sorry, they've settled. They haven't just been graded. I will say it's been rough. It's been dark. I mean, I guess that's not that bad. I had some heavy bets on no runs first inning, which did hit. So that kind of saved me. But anyway, so that's everything on the positive EV page. Let's see if there's any ARB ones for tonight. So we're looking specifically for tonight. So you can, none of these are real. Yeah, okay. No ARBs. Let's check the middles. None of those are real. Let's see. And we also want specifically for today. Yeah, you can middle. Yeah, I mean, these are some good ones. You can middle Mark Andrews receiving yards. If he lands at exactly 70, you hit both. I will say my middle strategy is I generally don't like to middle if it's negative. So I guess I could keep my minimum %0, which would mean there are no middles for this game. Well, it's not. I think I need to refresh. Well, whatever. It's not working, but so next thing we can do, we can look for player props using the OddsGM screen. Or actually we can go, Ravens money line at minus 150 doesn't look horrible. Let's check that out real quick. Guess we could check out all the main lines. Let's see. So Betfred has it at minus 150. Pin has it at minus 10 plus 151 minus 168. That is going to be positive EV to Pin. I will say that makes me kind of nervous. Actually, if you guys know the Rashad Bateman, let me know. Because that is actually kind of a big deciding factor. But it was plus 151 minus 168. What's a true line of that at minus 157. That's pretty good because you can get it at minus 150 on Betfred. What's the other sharp books? Bet Online plus one. I'll put a half unit on the Ravens money line. like just for handicapping, kind of like the Bengals. I guess I like their spread. I have $500 in Betfred. I guess I had. Yes, I don't know which one you're referring to, but well, the first half one pushed. The under did not push. This is a pretty good bet. Oh, I'm not gonna have location issues, of course. Because like if you just look at it, what I'm looking for is pin plus 158 the Bengal side is at plus 151. Pinnacle has the Ravens at minus 168. Bookmaker plus 144, minus 165. Bet online plus 145, minus 165. I don't think any book, I guess Bet Rivers, has it within, except for Bet Rivers, has it even within 10 cents. I guess PlayUp has it at minus 160 as well. A couple of them do. Yeah, I like this one. They can. So do I put a unit on the Ravens money line? I mean, that if you just look at the percent chance that hits, it's like 61%. So minus 150 odds is pretty juicy. I will put. I mean, I'll try. Even though for handicapping, I like the Bengals. I'm going to trust the math. I'll put a unit on the Ravens money line at minus 150 on Betfred. So I know Betfred's not available everywhere, but if you do have Betfred, I think this is a pretty good price. The Ravens money line. If Baker Mayfield didn't throw that stupid pick six, that guy, he is just awful. This probably would have hit. Let's check out the Patty Mahomes one tomorrow. Technically, this is for Sunday Night Football, but since you commented, I will answer. So we want the passing yards. Let's look at Patty Mahomes. So are you looking, if you're looking at just a regular book, I mean, take this 272 at Bet Rivers. That is a good play. I don't know if I have money left on Bet Rivers because I had a lot and I didn't do so hot. Oh, no, I do. I did have some bets win. That's nice. I mean, that's an awesome play for tomorrow. Whoops. I mean, whatever I closed out of. Yeah, I mean, Isaiah, I'm not sure if you're talking about Prize Picks or like Thrive, but I think that if you're just taking the straight passing yards, I think this is an awesome play, 272, because every book has it higher. And granted, with numbers that high, like the 275, 280, like 8 yards obviously isn't as big of a deal if it were to like 30 yards to 38 yards, but that's still a pretty big deal, especially when you look at Pin. They price basically even money at the 280, like a little favoring the under, but not by a lot. So this is pretty awesome. I do like that. I do like this. I'll probably put a half unit on that. I do like Lamar Jackson score, but let me lock in Patrick Mahomes passing yards first. Let's see, player passing yards, 272. I mean, like no other book is giving you 272. The closest is 275. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Or if you want to take an under 283, you want to middle it, I don't think it's terrible. This I'll put a half unit on. $50. There we go. Let me add this one. Oh, I need to pull it up. I'll add it to my bet tracker later. Yeah, for Thrive, that's probably a no touch. If anything, an under, just because if you look at it seems to be pretty universally agreed upon at 280, but books are favoring it, the under at that number, especially sharp ones like Pinnacle. So I'd probably say that's either a no touch or an under. But yeah, it's tough. Yeah, let me lock that. I do, Hunter. I like this one. Let me lock this one in on Caesars for a half unit. He's my favorite anytime touchdown scorer for tonight. At least I had a good day on Caesars, I think. Who knows? Let's see. Touchdown score. Actually, first thing, let me make sure that those are the best odds. Not that I don't believe you, but I'm in Colorado, so I just have access to a ton of books. So I want anytime touchdown scorer. I want Lamar Jackson. Yeah, that's why I check. I can get him plus 186 on PlayUp. That is why I checked. Although I'm not sure if I have money on PlayUp. I don't. I have $7. Well, I'm just going to take it on Caesars because I don't feel like taking the time to deposit. So it was important to line shop, but I'll put a half unit on this one. Let's see. Brian, hello. Tony, for a free bet, there's two options. Number one, what I like to do for free bets, if you go to the free bet converter and you just filter, you filter specifically, we're looking at DraftKings. excuse me. If you want it for a game tonight, I mean, it's heavily favoring the under, which is very boring. But I would probably put it on this, either the Bengals minus 9.5, which I know goes against what my official bet was, but the logic for free bets, and I'll show you what I mean, is when you're placing a free bet, the smarter thing to do is, I think this is the article I'm looking for, is to use it on odds that are, no, this isn't the one I'm looking at. The best way to maximize money with a free bet is to use it on longer odds. So this is what I'm talking about. So basically, like the longer odds you go for a free bet, the higher your expected value is. So even though, like, I mean, what are the chances that this total goes under 35.5, or that the Bengals cover 9.5? Not high, but that's the best way to maximize your profit is with a free bet, is to take it on one of these crazy long shot odds. Let me check this for you. So we're looking at receptions, player receptions, and we were looking for Mark Andrews. Let's see. So you have it on underdog. Yeah, I'll take that under. I wouldn't be super confident in it, but if I had to choose one, I would take the under, mostly because, well, actually, let me think. So here's what you guys can understand my thought process here. Every book is pricing it at 5.5. Every single book has this number at 5.5, except for Prize Picks and except for Underdog. But, and this is very important, look at how these books price the 5.5, favoring the over. Every single one, minus 128, plus 100, minus 174, minus 132. Like every single book that is pricing this 5.5, I would go over. I changed my mind. After looking at it, it's not as simple as just looking at where every book prices it at. It's also important to see what do they think is the most likely scenario. So if he lands at exactly 6, you would push. So I think it's best to take his over receptions, 5.5. So let's see. So I've locked in a couple bets. Let me, just for people that are new, I've locked in Ravens money line minus 150 on Betfred. I've locked in Lamar Jackson. Yep, Hunter. Good timing. Lamar Jackson 60 plus rushing yards plus 108 on FanDuel. I put a unit on, and then Lamar Jackson over 9.5 rushing attempts minus 105. I put a unit on at PointsBet. I also took this earlier today. It didn't show up as plus EV, so I'm guessing the odds changed. But J.K. Dobbins over 12.5 rushing attempts, I do think is pretty good. I think he had his first game back last week. He got out relatively unscathed, aside from like a chest injury, but like I'm not really concerned about a chest injury considering he just came off of a torn ACL. So I like this one over 12.5. So I can go back to the positive EV. Well, let's see. I can close out of some stuff. So let's see if there are other good player receptions. Samaje Perine, no. J.K. Dobbins, probably similar logic and over on Underdog and Prize Picks. Similar logic to the Mark Andrews one. Like these books price at a half one lower, but look at what they're pricing at. Minus 166, minus 165, blah, blah, blah. Like they're heavily favoring the over. Let's see. Hayden Hurst, same thing. Devin Duvernay is looking like an under. Player receptions is tough. And we look at like passing yards. We didn't. We looked at it from Holmes. Let's look at it for this. So let's see. Lamar Jackson passing yards. Looks like it's priced between 223 and 226. This is probably a good under on Underdog. If you guys are doing an Underdog play for tonight, Lamar Jackson under 228 passing yards. That's 2 full yards higher than what every other book prices it at. Also not a horrible middle if you take the over 222.5 on BetMGM. But I'd probably sit that one out, and I would just recommend taking the Underdog fantasy because that's the bigger outlier. For Joe Burrow, I mean, that's an over on Prize Picks, and that's an under on Underdog. Because if you just look, like every book prices it, the sports books price it in between these two numbers. So I think if you're doing a Prize Picks and Underdog play, take Joe Burrow over 270 on Prize Picks, take him under 277.5 on Underdog. Now let's look at receiving yards. Well, then we can go rushing yards as well. Then I'll do receiving. Jamar Chase, does he get an end around? I don't hate it. Joe Burrow is a no touch. J.K. Dobbins, let's see. So Pin prices it at 54.5, but they favor the under. You can get it at 49.5. FanDuel, I'll probably say that's a no touch for me. Nothing for Mixon. And this is rushing yet. Lamar doesn't. I mean, that's actually an over 57.5, and I took his over 59.5. So, but if you want to have a little bit of a safer play, take his over 57.5 at -110 on FanDuel. But a better play. Oh, there we go. His passing yards under is a play on play up. Let's look. Oh no, it's not. The odds changed. Yeah, no positive EV bets. Yeah, nothing great for rushing. Let's check receiving. And after this, I'll check specifically for Bet365. So let's see. Nothing on Samaje Perine. I don't even know who this guy is, Tylan Wallace, but that's an over on underdog. Well, I mean, is it? Because every book favors the under, except, I mean, this is tough because like 2 yards at a number of 8.5 is a big deal. That's like 20% difference, right? Between 8.5 and 10.5, like that 2 yard difference is like a 20% difference. So him landing at 9 or 10 is likely, but like books are favoring it under 10.5. I still would probably say this is an over. I'd say this is a pretty good over for another underdog play. Tylan Wallace over 8.5 receiving yards. J.K. Dobbins, probably an under receiving, but because like by a yard, every book prices it lower, but they're favoring the over. So it's probably a more of a no touch. Mixon is a no touch. Hayden Hurst, probably well, let's see. Pin, yeah, it's probably no touch. None of these plays seem that great. Although Andrews seems pretty good. So here's one. Here's a good one. This is one I'm going to take. Mark Andrews over 67.5 receiving yards, -110 at FanDuel. And my logic here being, look at so Caesars prices it 3 yards higher, favors the over. Pinnacle, and this is what we care the most about, prices it at 70.5, favors the over. So we are going to take him going over 67.5 receiving yards. I got to log back in. I swear if I have this issue again, I'm going to be annoyed. And then the last thing I'll do, aside, Brian, I'll try to look for Bet365, but the last thing I want to do is I want to build an SGP. If we can get an SGP to hit, then we will give away $50 to someone that just comments their username on this live stream. So this is going to be a half unit play. I'm going to put that on Mark Andrews. And so let me quickly look for Bet365. Oh, actually, I think I have them filtered out because they're not legal for me. Give me one sec. So we want to look. Actually, no, it looks like the under is the play there. To answer your question, Brian, looks like the under is the play. So I wouldn't touch that. All right, let's see. No, sorry, nothing for Bet365. Sorry. All right, let's build an SGP. So what do we like? We like Lamar Jackson to score. We like, oh wait, I need to stay on same game parlay. We like Lamar Jackson's rushing yards. Does he have? There you go, alt rushing. They changed it to -106. Wow. We like his rushing yards. Actually, no, I'm going to take his standard rushing at 57.5 because since it's an SGP, I want to make it a little safe. We like Mark Andrews receiving. Let's see what we can get his alt line at. Nah, it's not worth it. I'm just going to take his main one. Well, no. So I'm going to add one more play. So what else do we like here? I mean, we have J.K. Dobbins rushing attempts. Oh, it was Burrow passing yards, but I think it was it over on FanDuel? I actually don't remember. Oh no, it was middling it. Yeah. So no, I'm not touching this one. Actually, I mean, on underdog, Joe Burrow under 277 passing yards. It's my best one on underdog. So I want to add one more play. Let's see if we can find a good one. I mean, Lamar Jackson, or no, I can, let's see. I guess we did take Ravens money line, so maybe I'll just add that to it. Plus 800, that's not worth it. Let's see, who we think's going to score for the Bengals? I don't like Mixon. I actually like Chase. Give me Jamar Chase. So this will be our SGP. Lamar Jackson, anytime touchdown score. Lamar Jackson over 57.5 rushing yards. Mark Andrews over 67.5 rushing yards. Jamar Chase, anytime touchdown score. I'm going to put a half of a unit on it to win $819. So for those of you who are watching this, tail this. SGP, if it wins, we'll give out $50. But the official bets that I locked in, and I need to add some to my bet tracker. So I took Lamar Jackson over 9.5 rushing attempts, minus 105 on points bet. Took Lamar Jackson over 59.5 rushing yards, plus 108 on FanDuel. And that took Ravens money line, minus 150 on Betfred. Then I also took Mark Andrews receiving. I need to add it to my bet tracker. So you guys, well, I guess, yeah, you guys don't need to see me do that. I took Mark Andrews receiving on FanDuel. I took it at so many free bets that I took. Let's see. Oh, I have this SGP. There you go. Over 67.5. I took his Mark Andrews over 67.5 receiving yards as well for a half unit. And those are all my bets for today. Had a rough day. Hopefully can make back some of it tonight, but that's it. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Remember to line shop, sign up for all the sports books in your state. Check out OddsJam if you aren't already. And that's it. So appreciate you guys. Have a good one.